Here we see a classroom starved for creativity. While learning from a textbook can have its value, you can help transform this classroom from the amorphous gray blob you see before you to one of excitement and real-world application.
Hi, I'm Miss Lane. I'm a history teacher here at Madison Academic. We are specifically applying for the grant so that our African American history class can take a trip to Memphis, Tennessee to see the South Haven Underground Railroad Museum and the Civil Rights Museum at the Lorraine Motel. But instead of hearing from me, I want you to hear from our amazing students.
The slavery exhibit at the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis would be a great experience for all the students to better understand and feel a personal connection to what the slaves went through on the boat. I feel personally that there's only so much you can learn throughout a textbook, and understanding and seeing visually what they went through and kind of a life-size representation would be a great way for us to learn.
Also, there is a Rosa Parks exhibit where you can actually see her statue on the bus, and you can sit down and you can feel like a connection back to what actually happened, and that is much more moving than actually looking at a textbook.
The Lorraine Motel is an extremely important place in African American history, and not only the history of African Americans, but the history of Americans. Martin Luther King spent his last moments in that hotel room. That hotel room hasn't been touched since April 4th, 1968. Martin Luther King did so much for all of us, and it would be an incredible privilege to go there and see where he spent his final moments.
There is a difference between reading about history and actually getting to experience it in person.
The Slave Haven Underground Railroad Museum will not only help us learn about our history, but help us understand how impactful it was and still is to our country.
When I was little and I first heard of the Underground Railroad, I thought it was cool. But as I got older and I started to read and learn more about it, I started to realize that it was serious and that people actually risked their lives trying to be free.
It's not every day we get the opportunity to have historical sightings so close to home.
This trip, if we could go, will provide us with memories and knowledge that we need for the rest of our lives.